There's a 10-step program that we do throughout the year where we will fertilize, do weed control, insect, fungicide, aeration, overseeding, pretty much anything and everything you want to do to a lawn in the course of a year is incorporated in that program. This is a program that I started developing when I was in college. My internship at Virginia Tech was working for a company that sold the products that we're now using to commercial landscape companies, to universities and colleges, to athletic fields, pro teams, all of that. So I really learned in my experience with that what worked well and what didn't work well. Started building some relationships with the manufacturers and their representatives, and knowing like what are these brands about that are producing these products. So you can have the best services in the world, but if you don't have good products that are backing you up, the products can make you look bad. So partnering with good companies that are producing high quality stuff has always been important to me. And from the time of my internship, selling those products has kind of been a core part of our business. So that's what's created this 10-step program. In the spring, we start off with spring fertilization, weed control, and pre-emergent for crabgrass. Crabgrass is a weed that pretty much everybody gets in our area every year. It does start from seed each year. It doesn't just survive the winter, so it dies with the frost at the end of the year. But it has already put out a bunch of seeds, so we put down this barrier that kind of keeps those seeds from germinating. So very important to get the timing right on that, and we do that in two different applications in the spring. We also put down a high calcium lime product. So what that is, traditional lime, a 50-pound bag, only covers but so much, but this bag that we have is the same as 4 bags of the regular lime. So we're able to get more done with less labor because we're spreading a 50-pound bag versus 200 pounds, if that makes sense. So anyways, that's our springtime applications. In the summertime, that's when we're really targeting insects and fungus. Heat and moisture make fungus, and that happens pretty much every year in any well-maintained fescue lawn. And so we've got 2 doses of fungicide, actually 3 doses of fungicide in the summer, and then we use a really high-quality insecticide product called Acelepryn, which gives us a season-long control for the insects. A lot of people ask, hey, does that help with ticks and spiders and all like that? The answer is yes, but that's not really what we do it for. We're targeting lawn pests and things that are, grubs and things that are eating the roots and things that are eating the shoots of the lawn. But as a happy side effect, we are kind of reducing the stuff that are annoying to people, which is kind of cool. The fall is kind of where we get the biggest bang for our buck, for what I tell people. It's a very pivotal time. That's the time that cool season grass really wants to be pampered and have attention brought to it. So we start off with an aeration and overseeding application. We happen to have this machine that's called a seedivator. This is a really cool product that it aerates and seeds all in one motion. It has a very precise application rate of dropping just the right amount of seed right where we want it. The machine helps make sure that that seed gets in the ground so we have good seed to soil contact and really good germination. It also doesn't pull out cores or plugs, so the lawn doesn't look messy when we're done. It still maintains itself looking nice and clean. And what the research has showed is that this machine actually does a better job of loosening the soil and getting air into the soil than the traditional core aerator where you're pulling the plugs. So that was a really cool piece of technology that we invested in because I'm a turf nerd, and that's what I spend, $13,000 on as an attachment to do cool things with someone's lawn. Going back to the other fall applications, that's the time we're throwing a lot of nitrogen to the lawn. That's what it's wanting the most of during that time to really grow and put deep roots down and prepare for a really strong spring. So we have September, October, November where we're putting down a good bit of nitrogen to kind of winterize it and get it ready for next spring.